Greetings to all of humanity's reader joy. It's my pleasure as usual, always greeting you and bringing this message of emancipation to you, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I want to speak to you today concerning reparations and how reparations can heal, but truth and love can heal. And what people need most is the truth and love of self. Okay, now reparation, I'm not against it. Okay, we all need money because money is the medium of exchange that we use here, and our people were robbed of, I would say, everything. And throughout the entire diaspora, there is the need for reparations. There's the need for reparations in the Caribbean. There's need for the reparation in Africa, in all of the places where slavery was taking place. There need to be reparation. But also, we need truth, the truth of who we are, the truth of our culture, the truth of how we should build better families, the truth of how we've been indoctrinated by religion, the truth of how we've been indoctrinated by our educational system also, and the truth of how we've been given a political system also to keep us a certain way. So all of these things need to be looked at, and there's so much work that need to be done that money alone could never do it. Okay, those who would have put us in this kind of place through slavery, in having so much, broken families and so on, and the kind of communities and so on, they need to also apologize in many different ways and accept that they would have lied to us, okay, through the religious system and the political system and the school system, and have them change. So there's a lot of changes that is needed also along with the reparations. Now, for example, I've been very observant with what takes place around me, and I've noticed that someone can give you something with one hand and take it with the next. For example, I always notice how, like, the political system here, okay, whenever I see that there's a raise of salary, I always look for the next thing that is coming that is going to take it back from them. Okay, and when you look at the whole world, how it's been structured, when you look at commerce, when you look at all of these things, you see it's been set up in a way whereby doesn't matter how much money is being given to a people who have a poverty mentality, it can be easily taken back from them. We have had so many of us, okay, who have rise to high place of having a lot of money, and you see many of them end up being bankrupt because they still have a poverty mentality. So poverty and prosperity is all a mindset. And so in order for us to enjoy or benefit from reparations, there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done to our people. And there's no reparation that can actually fix it, to be honest with you. But the reparation is very much needed. I want you to get that point. This is very, very much needed. Okay? And so, my brother, my sisters, there's a lot of healing that is needed among our people. Okay? And the church is not going to do it. Politics is not going to do it. And the educational system is not going to do it. Therefore, it takes men and women to really teach our people what is truth, to teach our people to go back to their roots, to teach our people to understand that their real identity is their divinity and that everything starts from within. So, my brothers and my sisters, until there is a cleansing from within, this generation would have to battle a lot in spite of how much money they can give you for reparations. And it's not just the people, as I would have said before, in America that needs reparation. We need reparation all around for everyone. So, my brother and my sister, the point I really want to get across to you is that it wasn't just the enslavement of our people and the taking away of material things from them, like the burning of, the Black Wall Street and so on. There's much, much more to it. Therefore, we must highlight things like these and show our people that we need to really go deep to really bring that kind of healing and to really fix our society and to fix the minds of our brothers and our sisters. Can reparation help to remove the scars of those who've been incarcerated for many years? Those who've been wrongfully accused. Like, for example, I think there's a documentary and there's a movie also about the exonerated 5. And they were given money, and that money can never bring true healing to those men for what they would have suffered innocently. And my brother, my sisters, if someone, like say, murder or kill someone very close to you, a very close relative, whether is it a brother, sister, mother, or father, there's no amount of money in the world that can bring that back. If someone take your dignity and everything away from you, there's no amount of money that can bring that back. Okay? But I'm saying that you should never refuse reparations because it's rightfully yours. Because you were robbed of everything. And that is why, sometimes I have to make these kind of videos, to help our people. And there's no one who I see that need more help more than our people. Okay? So, though the reparation is good, my brothers and my sisters, there's so much more. There's so much more that we need more than reparations. So that is just my 2 cents on how I feel about it, because I was going through my phone and I see something pop up on Google concerning California, and they want to give reparation, and I think I see Chicago too and other places, like they want to give reparations. But for many years they've been talking about these reparations. I've never really seen anything really materialize. Okay, and so my brother, my sisters, let me just reiterate by saying again, doesn't matter how much money you put in the hand of someone who doesn't have the right concept of money, and who doesn't have the right concept of wealth, and who doesn't have the right concept of himself or herself. It would be like butter against the sun. It would just melt away. It would just go away. And as I said before, everything is set up to take it back. So they could give it to you with one hand and take it back with the other hand. Because there's so much thing that they are in control of, that you would have to use that money to get that kind of service. So my brother, my sisters, I'm just sharing, so you can look at it from another angle, and you can look at it just a little bit more deeply, and understand that money can never really buy the true kind of happiness that everyone so desire. Because when you find true riches, you would realize that it's a peace and a joy and a happiness that comes to you because of a certain knowing. And that knowing is what brings peace and joy and happiness. That knowing is what really brings true wealth. So wealth and all of these things is not in the amount of money that you really own, but in the right kind of feeling, that you have in you that will give you that bliss, that joy, that happiness. And that is why message like understanding how the Bible is supposed to be interpreted psychologically, and you realize that you've been brainwashed through religion and so on, and you get those kind of message and understand the Bible in a way that it makes sense to you and so on. It brings joy, it brings happiness, it brings peace to you, knowing that you're not gonna die and go to no hell to burn forever and so on, and knowing that there's no man up in the sky who want to punish you and so on, and judge you and all of that. So true freedom comes from within. True reparations come from within. So you gotta heal yourself first before you can hold your hand like this to accept reparation. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself back in the same situation, and it happen over and over and over and over again. So I'm just declaring that we need healing in many areas of our society, so that we would know how to use the reparation money wisely. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I just want to give my 2 cents, as I would have said before, on this subject. Okay, so I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying makes sense to you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, I'm encouraging you to follow me on Instagram at BlackMadGuru, and also to check out my my Patreon, where I teach the inner sound science and technology to create your reality consciously, the inner sound engineering to create your reality consciously. And it's very important for you to have knowledge of the inner sun, knowing that the sun parallels the human imagination and the human imagination parallels the sun, and that without the sun there is no life and there is no light, and that the sun of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And that's the kind of healing I want you to have, because true righteousness is a discovery, and also having the sun being in its rightful place and no interference will help also for you to be in touch with certain energies. Okay, and those kind of energies is basically what they really want to really block out. Okay, so you wouldn't be in touch. Okay, I can go on and on and on, because some people might not believe in extraterrestrial, some people might believe we are the only ones here, but when you have certain experience, you know it's different. Okay, some people might think when they speak about UFOs and so on that it is just a conspiracy theory, but when you have experience, it's different. Because for example, when that black being appeared before me and touched me in my forehead, because as a matter of fact, it's the touching my forehead that enables me to see that dimension where he was right there looking at me. He didn't want to harm me. He was the most loving being ever. Okay, with that mark below its eye, from like he come from another galaxy and looking at me in this very strange way, as if I'm like it's like I'm a descendant from that, and it cares so much and love and want to show itself to me. Okay, so my brother, my sisters, there are many things that are hidden from us. Okay, so blocking out of the sun, don't look at it. Simple. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to say also, if you like to support this work, we have a PayPal down below, and all the information that you would need, they're down below. Check out the description. They're all in the description. So with that being said, I want to say peace. Love you all. Out.